Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to Starry Tarot. I am back. I am back home with my regular setup here. You see the cards, you see me, you hear me. Hello, welcome. If you are new here, my name is Sophie, and thank you so much for your subscription. If you are returning, welcome back, and good to see you. I can answer any of your questions with the exception of medical and or legal questions. If those are your questions, please consult a professional in either one of those fields. Today I am using my Adorable Blythe doll deck. It just came in this plain white box, so I can't really show you the art, but it was done by an independent artist, photographer on Etsy, special type of doll that I collect, one of the many, and we love her and she's adorable. And all of my reading options, my basic reading menu of options is pinned down at the bottom of the chat, starting with my basic mini reading. That is one question, and it consists of 5 cards. It is a donation amount of $7.77 if you donate using PayPal, Cashapp, or Venmo. If you need to super chat, it's $9.99. Then I also offer my 10-card, my full reading, which consists of 10 cards, and that can just be one question, or it can be split into 2 5-card questions, and that's a donation amount of $14.14 if you donate using PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo. If you need to use Super Chat, it is $20.20. And then finally, I offer my in-depth or expanded reading, which I highly recommend. That consists of 15 cards. We really go deep with that. That can just be one single question, or it can be split into one 10-card reading, one 5-card reading, or split into 3 individual readings, 5-card readings, 3 questions. And that is a donation amount of $21.21, unless you need to use Super Chat, in which it's $29.29. So I answer a lot of romance questions, a lot of questions pertaining to love. I highly recommend my OG love spread for that. That essentially answers 5 questions in one, and it's at no additional donation amount. It could be done with a mini reading, a full, or an in-depth, and it doesn't even necessarily have to be a romantic situation. If you are just curious as to how someone is regarding you overall right now, I highly recommend this reading. I've done it for more than just lovers. I've done it for people's friends, family members, even people's pets, co-workers, neighbors, you name it. But it answers what your person's current thoughts are towards you, their current feelings, their current intentions, their general energies towards the connection, and then your general energies towards the connection as well. So it really goes deep and answers 5 questions in one there. So highly recommend my OG love reading. I also offer soulmate confirmation readings. I highly recommend this for those of you who are currently in a connection with someone, and it doesn't have to be romantic. If you're just curious if someone in your life is indeed a soulmate, this is definitely the question for you. It can be asked in one of 2 different ways. The first way that I can ask it is we just directly ask your angels, messengers, and spirit guides if the person in your life is indeed a soulmate of yours. The answer is yes, they'll explain why. The answer is no, they'll explain why not. Alternatively, we can ask your angels, messengers, and spirit guides if they give their divinely ordained blessing towards this connection. And if they do, that is definitely a yes, and it's not something to be taken lightly. They do give their divinely ordained blessing, but it means a lot. They don't hand it out willy-nilly. So highly recommend that reading if that's the clarity that you are looking for. And that reading consists of 10 cards, and it is a donation amount of $16.16 if you donate using Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal. And if you need to use Super Chat, it is $23.23. I also offer past life regression readings. I've been studying past life regression therapy since actually earlier than I started studying tarot. I started studying past life regression therapy when I was about 4 or 5. As soon as I could start reading chapter books, I was studying past life regression therapy, and my modality used to be through meditation or hypnosis. And then a couple of years into my professional tarot practice, I realized that I was channeling people's past lives, my clients' past lives. which is absolutely remarkable and amazing. And we can ask with any intention for spirit to illustrate a past life of yours for whatever reason. If you want spirit to illustrate a past life of yours that can help you navigate your life, your current life at this time the best, that's an excellent one. If you have recurring nightmares or recurring dreams, it can definitely explain those. It can explain irrational fears. Or you could just ask for a random, like, spirit, what do you think is the past life of mine that I need to know the most about? They're endlessly fascinating. I've never had a boring past life reading. I can't read for myself. I can read tarot for myself, but I can't do past life readings for myself. But when I've done them for other people, the only time I do them, they are always fascinating and really, really provide a very comprehensive overview of one's soul's tapestry overall. And that is a donation amount of $19.19. It's a 10-card reading, unless you need to use SuperChat, in which it is $27.27. I am also a psychic medium. I can communicate with those who have passed on, who are no longer with us on this earthly plane. And I do have my materials with me today to do that. So mediumship readings are available today. They haven't been for the past week, but today they are. Now they are. If I would be honored to read for you if you would like to communicate with a loved one of yours who has passed on. 95% of the time I can get in touch with them, but sometimes people have reincarnated, sometimes they can't communicate with me, but most of the time they can communicate with me. But I do always check beforehand at no additional donation amount before sending your donation and going forward with the mediumship reading. I do need to know their name, their date of passing, their date of birth, and their relation to you. It's super helpful if you can send me a photograph, but it's not mandatory. And mediumship readings are a donation amount of $35.35, unless you need to use SuperChat, in which they are $50.50. And then I also offer private readings. I offer two different types of private readings. I offer them via Zoom appointments. It's precisely what you're seeing here. You see me, you hear me, you see the cards. And it is just one-on-one, me and you. It provides you with that privacy that a live stream just can't. And I really recommend it for getting a private reading at least once with me. It helps me understand you better, helps you understand me better as a reader. And especially if you're dealing with an ongoing multifaceted issue, especially that has many layers to it, a one-on-one reading can really get to the bottom of a lot of things and nail like the first, like the foundations of what you are trying to get clarity for. There's no limit to the number of questions I can answer for you, as long as it's within the allotted time. And oftentimes, if we need to extend the time, or if you want to extend the time, we often can. And then alternatively, I also offer private readings at no additional donation amount. Those are also for reasons of privacy and convenience. It's not one-on-one, but it is private. I do those over DMs, voice memos over DMs on Instagram, or typed via email. Just send me your donation with your question, and I can answer it for you. If you don't see me online, you have a question that you need me to answer for you, I'm here for you. And that is about a 1 to 3 hour turnaround. I can usually answer. The very latest 24 hours, but I can usually do it in 1 to 3 hours. So with that being said, the donation queue is indeed open. So whoever donates next will be read for next. Thank you so very, very much. And we just received a donation from Wendy. Hello, love. Thank you so much for your donation. Thank you, love. I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Remember how I told you I was going to message you about something I haven't really been talking about on my live stream? Well, I'm just going to talk about it. My brother's getting married in Turkey next month. And I've known this for a while. He got engaged back in August, but the plan, like, it's just been very difficult to coordinate everything because it's not. Yeah, it is exciting. It's not in Istanbul. It's in Eastern Turkey, in Shizra. Never been there. I still need to hammer out like a lot of the details, and that was what I got when I asked Tarot, like, how will it go if I go? And it was like, you should go, but you really need to hammer out the details. And so yeah, so I've got my ticket to Istanbul. I might be going to, hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll be going to Paris for my friend's art show afterwards, but that might not be happening. I might just be coming back here. But I am going to Turkey on the 2nd of July. It's a little, it's exciting. It's a little nerve-wracking, but yeah, no, it's exciting. I didn't think I'd be able to do it, but I'm doing it. Not too well. That's what depends. So I'm going to be leaving on the 2nd. I'm going straight to well, I have to stop in Warsaw, but flying to Istanbul. I'm going to arrive at midnight. My brother won't even be there, so I'll just be in Istanbul. And I'll be staying in Istanbul for about 4 or 5 days, just to sleep off the jet lag and everything before the festivities. And then we're taking a shuttle. My parents are arriving on the 4th of July. We'll be taking a shuttle, my brother, my parents, and me, from Istanbul to Shizra. I still have to book that. On the 8th, because they're having a henna party on the 8th. And then the wedding's the 10th. And so I'll be there on the 11th. I don't know if I'll be heading home on the 12th or staying longer or going back to Paris. So yeah, return flight has not been organized at all yet, until I figure other things out. And my friend figures the art show out. Thank you. Yeah, I bet it will. It's very. I mean, it's very traditional. It's unlike any wedding I've ever been to. It's Kurdish specifically. Me too, girl. Please, yeah, I am praying. Because yeah, my friend has an art show, and I really want to go. And it's perfect timing because the art show is on the 15th. Wedding's on the 10th. It'd be bam, bam, easy peasy. To fly from Istanbul to Paris. But yeah, might be some issues there. But yeah, I'm going to my brother's wedding. I didn't want to mention it because I didn't want to jinx myself because I knew it might be difficult to make it happen. But I also knew that if I didn't go, I'd regret it for the rest of my life. And but yeah, it's going to be a very, very cool wedding. Culturally, it's totally not Western at all. Different dances, food. I'll have to show you pictures of my dresses. I'm probably gonna buy a new one, but my mom has one that she had from the late 90s that just looks so CUNT. I love that dress. But yeah, so it's gonna be fun. It'll be fun. I heard there's a crazy heat wave, so be careful. Yes, yeah. That's the thing is I have 2 dresses. One of them's beaded. I'm like, that's gonna get hot, and I can't dress too provocatively. It's Eastern Turkey. So I'm going to have like a shawl on as well. Is there a theme for the dress code? No, just don't wear white. And I don't even know if she's wearing white. I don't even know if that's a thing in their culture. She might not even have a white dress. I don't know. I'm not, just modest, more modest, I think, than other weddings. I don't want, luckily I'm not. And I have had, my body's changed throughout the years, and I have been curvier at other points in my life, and there's sometimes when, you just can't hide your curves, you know, in any dress. And because I'm on the skinnier side right now, I can kind of just not show anything because I don't really have anything to show. But yeah, just keeping it modest, but also Western. Like, they don't want us to dress like their style. I think they want us to also bring like our English culture and our American culture as well. But yeah, I mean, and yeah, no, it's just been a roller coaster in terms of logistics, and it said it in the cards too. It was like Page of Wands reversed, Three of Wands reversed, it was the Fool reversed. And remember, I remember too. That's why I was going to message you too, because remember I told you when I see the Fool reversed and we're talking about travel, to me that always just meant don't go. Well, what I did was I actually looked up the travel definitions of each card that I pulled. The Fool reverse was one of them. I was like, damn, I don't want this to be telling me I shouldn't go. Well, it's not as simple as that, actually. It's more logistics need to be hammered out. And if they're not hammered out, there could be issues. The only thing I'm a bit worried about is my phone. Because I had that trauma last time I was in Europe, and because I've switched phone carriers. And Verizon has a great international. It's expensive, but it's great and it works everywhere. Mint Mobile, not so much. So I'll be using eSIMs, but in Turkey you have to like activate the eSIM before you leave. Anyway, I don't want to bore you with the details. It is. See, I try to ignore that. I don't try to ignore that Mercury retrograde exists, but I've traveled extensively during Mercury retrograde, and I know a lot of people don't. They avoid it like the plague. I wonder if it was Mercury retrograde when I was there when I was in Europe in January, because that was very Mercury retrograde energy. Eight of Wands reversed came up. That's Mercury retrograde energy. Yeah. No, I believe I've got this. Yeah, I think I know I've got this. I don't speak Turkish. I don't speak a lick of Turkish, but that's what Google translates for. So, my question is, what should I sacrifice short term in order to set myself up for success for the long run? What a Taurus question. What a smart, grounded ass question, girl. Okay, let's see. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What should Wendy sacrifice short term to set herself up for success in the long run? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What should Wendy sacrifice short term in order to set herself up for success in the long? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What should Wendy sacrifice short term in order to set herself up for success in the long run? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What should Wendy sacrifice short term in order to set herself up for success in the long run? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What should Wendy sacrifice short term in order to set herself up for success in the long run? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What should Wendy sacrifice short term in order to set herself up best for success in the long run? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What should Wendy sacrifice short term in order to set herself up success in the long run? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What should Wendy sacrifice short term in order to set herself up best for success long term? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What should Wendy sacrifice short term in order to set herself up best for success in the long run? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What should Wendy sacrifice short term in order to set herself up best for success in the long run? All right, love. We have Six of Cups reversed, the Moon reversed, Five of Pentacles reversed, Six of Wands reversed, and Six of Swords. So, excuse me. It looks like it's, sorry about that. It looks like it's less a matter of you needing to sacrifice something. Whether it be actually something material or energetic or emotional. I'm not, especially with this Five of Pentacles reversed in the center. This is like it's like the opposite of a sacrifice. And this moon reversed is also telling me that there's nothing in that you could actually imminently see that spirit thinks that you need to sacrifice. I believe you're already setting yourself up for success long term with this Six of Wands reversed. You also have this Six of Cups reversed here. Six of Cups is about staying in the present moment, harnessing the present moment, and focusing on that as much as possible. And your question was asking about, well, current moment in order to invest in your future. And what I'm getting here is you're already doing that, but notice something very interesting. First of all, I haven't touched on the last card because I think that's the most important card. Five of Pentacles reversed and the Six of Swords are really standing out at me, but we've got the Six of Cups reversed, Six of Wands reversed, the Six of Swords, but it's upright. Girl, I know you know tarot. I know you know tarot. Now, what I call Six of Swords a sacrifice, in this, it could be, yeah, it could be, I mean, the traditional definition of the Six of Swords is getting in one's boat and moving to calmer waters. And that's quite literally what I'm seeing, is if you're going to sacrifice anything in your life, it would be, the energy I'm getting is your job. And I'm not just being a broken record, and I'm not just basing this on readings I've done for you in the past. I do think it's like it's not that you need to sacrifice anything per se. Well, I suppose leaving your job would be a sacrifice, but Six of Swords is moving to calmer waters. That'd be moving to another job, or at least another form of making your pentacles. But yeah, I'm not seeing this as I'm not hearing or seeing any messages of like Wendy needs to sacrifice A, B, C, or D. The one thing that I keep on seeing is dropping the job, and because it's finding another job, leaving that one and finding a safer harbor. And also with this being the Six of Swords, girl, it's not just about leaving a job. It's also about moving across waters. It's also a card of travel, a card of relocation, and finding another job in another country, especially, or even if it's just in another state. I mentioned New York. That's very Six of Swords energy. So I guess I would call that a sacrifice, or I don't know if I'd say sacrifice, but cutting that out of your life, because it will benefit you in both ways, in two ways. Excuse me. Yeah, I feel like I want to do so many things, and I feel like I need to focus on moving on. And I think that's part of the Six of Cups reversed too, is having so many things that you want to do, which is great. There's a lot of folks who are just really stuck and have no idea what direction or which direction they're going to go. But you have many ideas of different directions you want to go, and different ideas. There's a lot of things that inspire you and drive you to live your life to the fullest, which I love about you. Not everyone has that energy, or that drive, that inspiration, and you clearly do, and you clearly have a deep desire for those two things, to leave your current job and to ideally live abroad. It's hard to juggle my work schedule, my design program, trying to connect with the community, health and fitness, and obviously job search. Yeah, it's that, and I think about that all the time with you, love. I hope you get enough sleep. I hope you strike me as the type who does who does invest in inner sleep. I don't think you I hope you don't have to sacrifice a lot of sleep, or any. But yeah, you've got a lot going on. You've got friends. You've got heavy ass work schedule. I sleep so early, but I'm a grandma. That's well, as long as you're getting your sleep, it doesn't matter how early you go to bed. Some of the coolest people I know go to bed at 9 and wake up at 5. Not me, unless I have to. I'm very much a night owl. Always have been. But but I always, even when I was younger, I always, yeah, even at my busiest, I do my very best to put aside 8 hours a night. And not to toot my own horn, but when people look at my ID and go, "You do not look 40," I just tell them, "Get your sleep, wear your sunscreen, get your sleep." I'm not the healthiest person in the world, but those two things I've done, I do think that they're just so. It's not just about one's youth either. It's about, I feel like garbage when I don't get enough sleep. So that's great that you're getting enough sleep, absolutely. But yeah, you've got a full ass life, girl. And yeah, looking for a new job is often a job in and of itself. I talk about that all the time. But yeah, going back to the Six of Cups reversed, not harnessing the present moment, which I believe you do. You do harness the present moment, but you also have your eye on so many future realities, which is also great. But it's also good to narrow things down as well, as much as we can, as best as we can. That's been my challenge lately. But yeah, no, this does not look like you need to sacrifice anything. It's just about making a furtive change sooner than later. No time like the present. Six of Cups reversed is really, yeah, no time like the present to take that Six of Wands leap. Of course, I'm not encouraging you to just leave and find, before you find a job, or just settling for any job, but they're really pushing that. You're so welcome, Wendy. Thank you, girl. I appreciate you. And yeah, hope your week has went off with it, or had a good start. It's Monday. I keep on forgetting it's Monday. It does not feel like a Monday to me. But yeah, thank you, love. I appreciate you. All right, so the donation queue is once again open. So whoever donates next will be read for next. Thank you. Yadahu! Hello, hello, love. How are you doing? I'm good. I'm good, love. So, yeah, I'm back home. I'm back home in my place. I live in San Francisco. I'm not going to show you my place, but this is the OG setup that I normally do. But I don't think you've seen yet, but as you can see, the cards are here, and so you can see each one as I pull them. But yeah, back home. Um, hit a little bit of traffic on the way back, but nothing too serious. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I think I want to get another. I mean, I have another spread, but it's not quite big enough for this table, or it's a little too big. I want to get another tarot mat. I'm not quite sure what I want it to look like, but I know there's some cute ones out there. Hmm. By the way, I'm announcing my travel plans. I'm going to Turkey next month. My brother's getting married, and I finally got my ticket last night. Um, so I am officially going, and it's coming up soon. It's coming up soon. Letting everyone know. Oh, I thank you. Thank you, love. I appreciate that. Yeah, sometimes they get like I'll get like wax on them or like little sparks from when I smudge, but other than that, it's in pretty decent shape. Well, hey J Moon, how are you doing, love? How's it going? Thank you so much for your donation. Thank you, and let's scooch over here. Oops, sorry. Okay. And let me ring my bell. Thank you so much, love. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. Okay, so I have been at this new job for 3 weeks. What is their impression of me so far? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. What is N's new job's impression of her so far? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. What is N's new job's impression of her so far? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. What is N's new job's impression of her so far? And you're a Virgo, right? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. What is N's new job's impression of her so far? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. What is N's new job's impression of her so far? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. What is N's new job's impression of her so far? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. What is N's new job's impression of her so far? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. What is N's new job's impression of her so far? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. What is N's new job's impression of her so far? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. What is N's new job's impression of her so far? Alright, love. We have Page of Pentacles reversed, the Star reversed, King of Cups, Nine of Cups reversed, and Two of Cups. Okay. So this is definitely mixed. Give me one quick second. Yeah, this is definitely mixed. How big of a... Is this a big workplace? Do you have like a lot of coworkers or a lot of superiors? Because this is... and I know I've said this in the past, not just to you, but to other people as well. It's hard to say what an entity's like overall view of you is, because not everyone's going to see you in the same way. Not everyone's going to regard you in the same way. Because on one hand, I'm seeing some folks with this Page of Pentacles reversed. Some folks don't feel like you are... I don't want to say that you're not doing your job or you're not doing it well enough, but yeah, Page of Pentacles. No, it's kind of small. Okay, I still stand by what I say because there's just such variation in these cards, and of course I'll go through everyone. you. But this is probably the worst one out of all of them. So we're gonna why not start with the worst and get to the good stuff later. But there's at least one person who feels like you're not really up to speed. Maybe not as qualified for the job as they thought that you were. This could also just be an individual that has really high, because I do feel like it's one person that has very high standards for people. They strike me as the type of person that would be almost impossible to impress, especially after only 3 weeks. They strike me as someone who's not easily impressed. Period. By their coworkers or their employees. Then we have this Star reverse card here, which is a little similar to this Page of Pentacles reversed. When we're talking about work performance, that's why I got my little handy dandy little black book out. It specifically has work definitions in it. When we're talking about the Star reverse and career and jobs, it is often a sign that someone feels that, again, that you may not be as qualified as they feel that you should be. And I will repeat, I know I'm a broken record, but I will repeat, this is not everybody, because if they felt this way, then these cards wouldn't be showing up here. These are very different energies that just don't go hand in hand with regarding someone as like not as qualified as they feel that they should be, because there is at least one person at your job, and I think it's a superior of yours, who thinks that you are great. This beautiful King of Cups. They think you are resilient, that you work extremely hard, that you are very capable, and you're able to weather stressful situations when they come to you. You can manage. You have a good sense. They feel that you have a good sense of balance, that you can really handle your work. So that's what I mean, is that energy varies so different, so vastly, from feeling like someone's not qualified enough. So this is definitely not the same person. This person thinks that you're a star, as opposed to this person who thinks that you're not. The Star reverse, quite literally. But this person who sees the King of Cups in you, which is also my favorite court card, they see someone who's really strong, really balanced. Yeah. You have a lot. They see a lot of experience in you. Even if it's something that you communicated, it's something that they're seeing actually in your work. So I love that energy. I'm also seeing, no, I do want some clarity with this Nine of Cups. I feel like this might be this other contingency. I do feel like it's there isn't really an in-between when it comes to how your new job regards you. Either it's not that they don't like you, but either they don't think that you're a good fit, or they think that you are like the dream employee. It's very divisive. And going back to this contingency of who, either an individual or a group of people who feel that, yeah, there are different people. Some don't like me. I can sense it. Yeah. But can you sense that there's people who do really like you? Because I'm seeing, I haven't even gotten to this Two of Cups yet, but King of Cups, that is an honor to be regarded in that energy. I would be absolutely honored. That's someone who definitely sees a lot of potential in you and really likes everything that they've seen thus far. So that's what that varies so dramatically from these people or person that don't see your shine, that don't see your light. It's also only been 3 weeks. Who are they to judge in just a matter of 3 weeks? You know, you still have a lot more time there, and more time to strut your stuff and show what you're made of. And yeah, and that's the thing is you haven't, from what Spirit's saying, is you have been doing a great job. These people are judging very, very quickly. They should definitely be giving you more time than just 3 weeks to come to these judgment calls. Yeah, this Nine of Cups reversed. This is actually pretty different from this energy I'm getting here. This is more someone who feels like they like you. This is actually someone who likes you, but they are concerned that you might grow tired of the job. Like it might not be enough for you. They see a lot of potential in you. They see your hard work, they see your diligence, and they're a bit concerned that the job won't be enough for you, and you might move on to something bigger and better. So that's not someone who doesn't like you. In fact, I would say quite the opposite. I'd say that's probably someone who actively shows that they do like you, and think you're hot shit. Like this place isn't good enough for her. Or she's too good for this place, and not in like she feels like she's too good for this place, not like that, but like you're too talented, you're too not overqualified, but you've got a lot of potential, and this feels like it's coming from a superior. A superior who really admires your work and is concerned that you might want to jump ship because you're really slaying, and this might not be. They feel like this job might bore you, or not bore you, but that you would find a better environment. And if you do find a better job, go for it by all means, you know. And I think that's how they feel too, is you deserve the best. And then we have this beautiful Two of Cups here. This I don't know, again, I don't know if this is the exact same person, but definitely I feel like they're part of this contingency of people who are warm towards you and feel like you definitely belong there. It's a big part of this Two of Cups is belonging. They feel, now this is actually, I will say, this is not the same person as this Nine of Cups reverse person. This is someone different, because this is someone who feels like you're actually perfect there. This is like you're a perfect fit for that job. You're a perfect fit for the environment in general. So I believe this is a different individual. I believe all three of these are different individuals. I'm wondering if this is the same person. Could be two different people. I believe there's two superiors. I think these are both superiors of yours. I think this is a coworker of yours, this Two of Cups. So for the most part, people do like you a lot, and it's not, and we're not talking about personality here. We're talking about your work. They admire your work. They see a good worker, a hard worker, a competent worker, someone again who's very resilient and has a lot of potential and who's demonstrated that. And then we have some grumpy goos over on the left here who I get the sense that they're probably folks who've been there for a while. There's an energy of bitterness there, and they strike me as the type who like judge most newbies in a similar fashion. So yeah, love, that is what I'm seeing for you. It's about a half and half mix. Not even, I'd say predominantly people appreciate you, and there's a small contingency of people who are not so friendly, but they also don't matter. I don't think that they pose any direct action in your employment. So I'd say so far so good. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, and I appreciate you as always. And congrats on the new job, and onwards and upwards. I only see it getting better. And f the haters. Yeah, if they're gonna be judgy from the get go, it's not worth paying attention to. Judge what, hon? I'm sorry, didn't hear. Oh, the those naysayers, the Page of Pentacles reversed, and that and the Star reversed. The, when I said that there was a small contingency, maybe one individual or two individuals who felt that you aren't as qualified as they feel that you should be, and then the majority of what I was seeing was people actually feel quite the opposite, that you're a star, you are indeed a star, and they do see your light, and they do feel like you're a good fit. Um, when I said judge, I was referring to that contingency. I mean, but I guess in both ways, I mean, it is judgment. Even if it's good or bad, they're judging your work. Um, some people think it's great. There's a small portion of folks who are critical, um, and I don't think I really don't think it's a matter of your work. I know you're an extremely hard worker and you're very competent at what you do, and your coworkers see that, and your superiors see that. But there's a couple, the couple of people or one person that I'm getting this negative energy from, they feel bitter. They feel bitter, and I feel like they've been there for a long time, and I feel like they do that with most new people, like all new people that start there. Um, so that's what I was trying to say. But yeah, overall looks good. Again, I don't think that those people have a lot of sway or influence at all. Um, I think that beautiful two of cups, Queen of Cups reversed. You're definitely, I think it's a good fit for you. This place. Thank you so much again, and thank you, love. I appreciate you. Hope I brought you clarity, and again, congrats on your new job. So the donation queue is once again open, my friends. So whoever donates next will be read for next. Thank you.
Alright. So it is that time of night. Do a last call for any and all donations tonight. Anyone who is out there watching and would like me to answer their question this evening, now would be your time. Thank you so much. Last call for all donations tonight. Thank you. Last call for all donations tonight. Thank you. Either let me know in the chat or just send in your donation and we will commence. Last call tonight for all donations. Last call. Thank you very much. Yahoo! Absolutely, I'd love to read for you. Of course. That's our thing. I don't even, girl, I don't even say your name. Well, I do when I mute it, but of course I will love. Yeah. I'll give you a few minutes. Send that in. No rush. Hope you're doing well. Oh yeah, I talked to you a moment ago. Or about an hour ago or so. Quite sure.
Thank you so much, love. Thank you, thank you. Okay. Why is it weird? Okay. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. General guidance. You got it. You got it, love. Just give me one sec. All right, Yahoo. Let's see. We have 10 of Wands reversed, Queen of Swords reversed, King of Swords reversed. That's our card. That's our court card for Aquarius, is the King of Swords. 7 of Swords and Strength reversed. Oh, they. Okay, these are some heavy energies here. So when I incanted and I muted myself, I simply asked your spirit guides. When I do general readings, I ask your spirit guides to provide you with any and all messages that they feel that you should hear at this time. And this is what we've got. Starting with this 10 of, and I want my extra source here, but starting with this 10 of Wands reversed here, I would say this is probably the only card here that I actually like. I normally start with the bad news and end with the good news, but this isn't really news. These are just messages, not just, but these are messages from Spirit. 10 of Wands reversed is often indicative of burdens in your life lessening. Either getting help from other people or a resurgence in strength that will help you manage the difficulties that you are going through right now. I feel this is more sharing burdens with someone helping you share burdens, someone helping you tow the road in a sense. Friend, family member, coworker, neighbor, but I feel like it's another individual offering to help lessen your load overall. Now, Queen of Swords reversed. Queen of Swords reversed is very, very specific energy. Queen of Swords reversed is, I often refer to her as the bitter queen. I am not accusing you of being a bitter person, because it's not as simple as that. It's not just bitterness. In fact, sometimes it's not even a matter of bitterness, but there is a level of resentment regarding one's past, regarding your past. Essentially, Spirit is acknowledging, excuse me, Spirit is observing, and this is not my opinion, love, this is not my opinion, but Spirit is observing and acknowledging that, dang, wasn't that, didn't I read for you yesterday, didn't we get the Six of Cups reversed? I think there was a card there about harnessing the present moment and focusing on the present moment, which is not to say that you shouldn't focus on your future at all. But and it's not to say that you're not harnessing the present moment at all, but from what I'm seeing, and also with this additional reading, the message I'm getting more from Spirit, it's not that you're not at all staying in the present moment, but they are saying that you could be taking much greater advantage of the present moment than you currently are. And Lord knows, if I were to do a tarot reading on myself tonight, or ask a tarot reader the same question for general guidance from my spirit guides, I would likely get the same card and the Six of Cups reversed, because and that has been a recurring theme for actually quite a few of my clients lately, but also myself, having a difficult time. And I don't know if it's something about summertime or what, but yeah, having a difficult time making the most of the present moment, and doing your very best not to bring expectations, to do your best to not have expectations of negative patterns or things that you observed as possible patterns in your past as repeating themselves. Instead, seeing negative things that happened in the past as that was in the past. The future is unwritten. The future is new. To do your best to not go into situations and new endeavors and new connections with the expectations of or assumptions of negativity that you've observed in the past. King of Swords reverse. Now this one's, I know you're you're a fellow Aquarius girly, and as I mentioned, this is our court card is the King of Swords, and it's often the King of Swords reverse. I call him the mean guy. I call him the mean king. Well, most of the kings reversed are pretty mean, but the King of Swords reversed, and I'm not saying you're mean, and Spirit is not saying you're mean. That's why I've got my book out here, because I want some clarity here. What I think this is actually saying is, because the swords are the realm of the mind, and the King of Swords, he's an exactor of justice, just as his counterpart, the Queen, is. And he's in a place where he can fairly judge. When it's in its reversed form, what I'm seeing here is that you might not have you probably don't have, I don't want to say you don't have the right to judge other people, because no, we all have the right to judge other people, but it's not about people either. I'm getting, it's more towards you and your path. Possibly judging yourself too harshly, which I'm getting that energy with this Strength reversed card, and quite frankly, Queen of Swords reversed as well. As I mentioned, these are both Queen and King of Swords right next to each other. These are both, they both in the traditional artwork, they both have well, she usually has a scale on her, but yeah, they're justice cards. They're of the realm of justice and judgment. And it's not that you're unfairly judging. Well, yeah, it's not that you're unfairly judging other people, but I get the sense that you are likely unfairly judging yourself, putting a lot of pressure on yourself, being an Aquarius. That, I mean, we're not defined by our sun signs, but a lot of the fellow Aquariuses I know, we're pretty hard on ourselves. I don't do something. This is gonna sound arrogant, but I don't get involved in an endeavor. I won't do something. I won't start a hobby. I won't start a job. I won't start something or do something or a project if I don't know if I can't, if I don't have full faith that I'm gonna slay and do amazingly. And as I'm getting older, it's easier for me to recognize my strengths and to be like, oh yeah, no, I know I can do that. I can take that project on. Like, I've done something similar in the past. I know I'd slay. I'd bring my own flavor to it. But when I was younger, I was a bit more judgmental. I'm still of that ilk where I won't get involved in something if I'm not going to put 100%, if I won't be delivering 100 to 110%. But and you can correct me if I'm wrong, if that's kind of where you're at as a person, where when you throw yourself into something, you really do, and you really put your all into it, is the energy that I get from you. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know you on a very deeply personal level. We've only known each other for like a week or so. Been reading for you, I think, for about a week. But I get the sense that might, let me know if it resonates with you. And then we've got this. I'll be honest, I always am. This card is my least favorite card in the deck, the entire deck of 78, both upright and reversed, including reversed cards. I hate the Seven of Swords. It's not good upright. It's not good reversed. So, Seven of Swords is, I don't want to say it this way because I'm not here to scare you, and this is not meant to scare you. I'm just giving you the basic definition of the Seven of Swords because I don't know how well you know tarot. But I essentially refer to it as everything bad. It represents manipulation, theft, deceit, lies, betrayal. It's a thief in the night, the Seven of Swords. The only good definition I've ever gotten from this card was from a very wise tarot reader I know. She's probably in her early 70s now, late 60s. She's been reading for hella days. She had a very interesting, and she offers many different, there's multiple definitions to every card, but the one definition that I did like about the Seven of Swords came from her, and there is something positive about it. If there is not lies, theft, or deceit or betrayal on the horizon, which I don't feel like there is with you. I don't feel like that's what's going on here, Yadahu. I don't think that you're, and that's why I specifically said I'm not here to scare you when I tell you that this card represents that. It also represents pluckiness, doing whatever one must do in order to get something done. Basically, beg, borrow, or steal. Stealing is not good. It's never good, and we don't like to beg. Most of us don't like to beg or borrow. I understand. But when I see this card with the rest of them, and especially based on the other readings I've done for you in recent days, this to me is not an omen of or a warning of someone that's out to screw you over at all. This to me is like a call to go forth. I know you're still not quite sure which direction in which to go forth. And it sounds like there's several directions: spiritual directions, work direction, education direction. I feel like there's a few paths that you want to explore, and it's not about making a knee-jerk decision or just like going into it just like without any information, but it is about like really starting to believe in yourself and really listen to your intuition, listen to your inner self, listen to your inner voice, um, and to take those first steps. As I mentioned, like for example, I think I mentioned yesterday for an example, like if you wanted to become a doctor, exploring those first steps. That's what I mean by like jumping into something, is exploring those first steps, and those first steps might turn you off. Regardless of, I'm just using this as an example, but or maybe it's some, maybe you're into fashion or some kind of artistry or something, but and so you look into the first steps into getting involved in that, and maybe it doesn't resonate with you, and it doesn't seem like something you actually would want to get involved in. But I think especially with all these swords here, a big part of this is mental exploration, um, which is also not to say, I'm not saying that you don't do mental exploration or that you don't meditate or don't listen to your dreams, but I do keep on seeing this recurring theme of spirit really, really believing in you, really believing in you, and wanting to see you move in some direction. And it can be multiple directions at once of different ilks, but they do want to see some forward momentum, and less fear. With that strength reversed card, they are acknowledging that I think, I feel that they are acknowledging that fear is a factor here. Fear Factor, the TV show. That fear is a factor here, when it comes to the next step in your life's journey. And when I say fear, fear of the unknown, but also I think not so much, fear and insecurities, or self-doubt, I would say. Not so much insecurity, but self-doubt. And Spirit is saying to not doubt yourself, And if anything, that Seven of Swords, and I got okay, I had a vision, I had a message, I had a vision yesterday to me about how I've done, I don't feel like I have imposter syndrome, but I have so-called faked it till I made it in the past, in different situations, whether they be social or work or living situations. And sometimes, and that's really that actually is very much Seven of Swords energy. It's just going for it, even if you don't have the experience or don't have actual experience. It's about the exploration. It's about starting that journey, and really believing in yourself. And if you really don't believe in yourself, to fake it till you make it, to just tell yourself, lie to yourself, because Seven of Swords is lies, and that's where I do see it as, if you lying to oneself about, I feel like I can make it, doesn't sound great, but I've noticed that over time people do start to believe themselves, and rightfully so. And most of the time, they were able to make it from day one. It's a personal challenge to overcome for all of us, for a lot of folks, but also very, very rewarding as well. So yeah, Spirit's got a lot of faith in you, love. Sees a lot of potential in you, and is saying go forth, and when you do feel self-doubt, or just doubt in general, do your due diligence and and research. That's part of swords realm of the mind. Um, but to really listen to your intuition as well. That will really serve you. Well, thank you so much, Yadahu. I appreciate you as always, love, and I hope I brought you clarity there. I hope that resonated for you. Thank you. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. So I'm gonna do another last call for donations tonight. Yeah, if any of y'all have a question that you would like me to answer for you this evening, I am here and more than happy to read for you. Thank you very, very much, y'all. And be sure to click that like button, everybody. It helps me out. YouTube loves it when the like button smashed. Last call. Last call for any and all donations. Thank you very much. Last call tonight for all donations. Thank you. Last call tonight. Last call for any and all donations. Thank you, lovies. Last call tonight for all donations. Thank you. Last call for all donations. Thank you very much. Last call, everybody, for all donations tonight. Alright, looks like everyone is happy and taken care of. Thank you all so very, very much. And I will see y'all again soon. Bye.